Well, hey, look, I mean, obviously you don't need a whole lot of introduction, you know, and I just like to have a chat up here, but like obviously the premise is we're trying to introduce Michael Render, right?
Yeah.
So we know Killer Mike from all the dope music and from the Jewels and all of that. But what would you say is the difference between Mike Render and Killer Mike?
The bank lets me cash checks as Michael Render. Killer Mike is the product of the imagination of a 9-year-old kid, a 12-year-old rap enthusiast, and a 15-year-old battle rapper. At 9 years old, I decided I was going to be a rapper. And at 15 years old in a rap battle, I earned the name Killer Mike.
Yeah.
So I would have named me like Handsome Mike, Fly Guy Mike, Can I Get You Pregnant Mike? And he's a superhero of sorts. He's badass, he kicks ass on the mic, he talks shit to politicians and spits in the face of authority and government. And really, he's the product of a kid who grew up in an all-black community. I grew up in a neighborhood called the Collier Heights and Allenville community in Atlanta, Georgia. And all my heroes and villains looked like me. So when Dr. King talks about the content of someone's character versus their color, I got to live that existence. His parents lived in that neighborhood. So I got a chance to see that anything was possible, not in theory. It lived 2 streets behind me, anything was possible. I got a chance to see that my grandparents, who were diametrically opposed politically, one would go for more candidates that seemed more libertarian and conservative, even though they were black. The other one would go for candidates that were more democratic and liberal, and they were black. So everything around me was black. I didn't have 3 white teachers my whole life. I went to Collier Heights Elementary, Frederick Douglass High School, and then Morehouse College. So I tell people when you say, well, what if black power works? I'm the product of it. But being a product of it not only made me competent and confident as a human being, it helped me understand that I'm just a human being. Michael Render's just a regular human being that created this character, Killer Mike, to take part in something beautiful called hip hop, but actually that staves off his fears, that grants him his desires, and that serves as a tool to communicate art to people.
So, okay, this might sound like a wild question. It ain't nothing crazy, but
Yeah.
it's like, so what are some of the things that Killer Mike can say that Mike Render can't say?
Killer Mike, well, Killer Mike can make a song like Reagan.
Right, I was about to
And
ask.
nothing happens. Michael Render can campaign for Bernie Sanders and end up in Hillary Clinton's campaign manager's emails. And that lets you know, shut up. But I can feel free to say anything. I think that what art gives me the ability to do is to say it in a way where it forces you to have to sit and think about it. Because art does that. When I go to the museum and I stand in front of a picture, I may have a totally different point of view than you, but I get to stand there and take it in. No one's rushing me. No one's telling me what to think. No one's telling me if this is good for me or destructive for me. I really get to sit and process it. And I think that as an artist, I enjoy being able, like if you listen to the record I dropped a few months ago, Talking That Shit. Talking That Shit is over a DJ Paul beat. Shouts out, rest in peace to Lola, Gangsta Boo for putting it together. That record ain't talking about no rapper. It's talking about all the pundits who get on television and talk shit when they don't know what they're talking about in reference to me. It's for all the people that are hypocrites that I know to be hypocrites because I actually do the work. And it talks about the black educated class in my community that often uses rappers as an example for not what to do because we're low-hanging fruit. And a lot of time rappers don't know how to engage them where they are. Well, I'm a Morehouse educated black man from Atlanta, Georgia that's lived the black experience. You can't run that same shit on me. You can't run the same shit on me. It's just, it's not gonna work. I've been an organizer since I was 15 years old. I worked every election locally since I was 5 years old at my grandmother's hip. People got angry that I met with the governor of my state.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't give a f. I have to live in this state. This guy's gonna be over my life the next 4 years. I need to meet with him. So you can get angry about that, but it was funny to me that after that moment passed, they were not the people still going down to the Gold Dome to say this isn't right. I was the only person there. I didn't see none of my detractors there. I saw one woman say she was gonna use her platform to take me down. And I was like, Lady, you failed at getting an Emmy. I won at getting a Grammy. I'm gonna bet on me. So my grandmother told me a very long time ago, do the work. Just do the work. So Michael is always gonna do the work, and then Killer Mike's gonna get on stage and talk to you because I make better records than you.
Loving you comes until I don't wanna breathe it. Taking you back. Seems like we can't resist. Come we cross back. You can like I made your heart. You can hold the phone, but you know that's foolish. 'Cause it's like that. Yes, like that. Gotta do it right. You can't put the pain. It's so damn good. I don't at this time of night, while you're just hanging out, I'm somewhere underground. Breaking day, hey, I was drained. Oh no, told me that. Stop drinking for you, but I was wilding. 'Cause I know I can take it overboard. Thought I'd never be it. Now I lost myself a little, trying to get another dose of you, of you.
But you can't afford a price, yeah, that went up. Price, yeah, that stupid up. Ice, bitch, I'm cold as ice. Switch from a 3-point, boom, goes to dynamite. I make it look easy, call it lemonade. Only count kids, yeah, that's everything. Overpay, your intern never made it yesterday. Alright, South by, everyone, here we go. Check my resume. Nah. Come on. What? This conversation, me. How come all your ladies, they want me? 1 to the 337, I'ma lead. Bouncing both ways back to the bay, that's greed.